Hey YouTube, Jay Stevens here. Hopefully you are doing fantastic no matter what you are working on in life. Today's video is going to be of a Walther PPS M2 LE edition. 9mm single stack.
Let me take a picture of you holding it?
Huh?
Let me take a picture of you holding it?
Can I put you on camera?
Yeah.
Bob, thanks for the sales today.
More than happy, man.
Yes.
You'll like it.
Yes.
You'll love it.
Oh.
You got the Walther, PPS M1, right?
Those are good.
That's
Yes.
the M2.
This is the better one. These are ones.
Cool. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, baby. Almost barbecue time. Boom. I've always wanted to concealed carry. Single stack 9. So I got the Walther PPS M2. One of my classic in-car videos. Look at this. We're gonna do a sneak peek. Sneak peek. Shit. Look at this, man. Look. 6-round mag. 7-round. Oh, look at that. In the bag. How cool is that? Shit. Sweet. Let's get to it. Six-round mag, 7-round magazine, 8-round magazine. PPS M2. There's the flat flush. And I do need to speed up. We haven't even talked about anything. There's the 7-round. There's the 8-round. Undercut trigger guard, which is nice. Guys, you get a fantastic grip. I gotta tell you, man, I do love this gun. It's awesome. Trigger safety, that kind of stuff. And then behind the padded case is all your typical information. In the owner's manual, it does not specifically talk about a break-in period. I'm not going to say there isn't one, but it doesn't say there is one. But, you know, what would you do if you go to the range and shoot 400 rounds? You shoot 400 rounds. I mean, you don't baby it. You're not shooting steel cased ammo, just shooting brass. So. Okay, specifications. Walther PPS M2 retails for about $370 to $420, depending on where you buy it. If you go with the LE edition, they're going to retail from about $400 to $499. Mine was $459. MSRP on the LE is $459. Caliber 9mm or 40 S&W. Magazine capacity, as we already talked about, is a 6, 7, and an 8+1 in the 9mm. A little bit less for the 40. Length, 3 1/8 polygon barrel on the rifling. Overall length, 6 3, 1 inch wide. Trigger, I pulled out my trigger scale. Mine consistently and accurately pulled just what this thing was reported to have, which was 6.1 pounds. Nice, smooth. Cool trigger. Reset. The fit, the finish on this thing is, and the feel is fantastic. I am a big Glock guy. I think it's purposeful, stylish, modern, and overall I think the look is cool. The German proof marks are very cool. On the right side, reminds me of unsurpassed quality of engineering. Much like the Austrians did with the Glock, I think the Germans are doing fantastic with this Walther. These guys have a great history and legacy about them, beyond that of 007 James Bond. I think the undercut trigger, the extra grip you can get with some of the bigger mags, fantastic. A real engineer looked at the contour of a hand and they applied it to the grip. They absolutely did that. The rounded edges, the way the slide is milled, the cuts, distinct cuts. If I can get the light to show it. There's at least 6 specific cuts just on the back. The way the polymer is contoured is just lovely. I give this 5 stars. Carried mine yesterday to the range as well as around after that. If you're on the fence about whether you can carry or whether you're a little more conservative or paranoid around someone spotting you, if you go with a single stack 9, this is it. We'd rather have you carry something like this, no matter what the brand is. Shield, G43, Walther, PPS, original, PPS M1, whatever, M2, Ruger, doesn't matter. We'd rather you carry that than not carry it at all. There are guys that can't stand this pistol for whatever reason. Maybe it's 4 ounces too heavy, or it's because there's no accessory rail on the bottom, which this was done based upon, according to Walther, they removed that accessory rail so that it could be a little more streamlined. And if you notice what Walther did is they created another PPS M2 that had a built-in light. There's another model, and I think that just came out in 2017 SHOT Show. Breaks down fantastically easy. Easier than a Glock. Eject your mag, look in the viewport, make sure there's nothing in the chamber. There you go. Push the takedown buttons. Push the trigger. Slide comes right off. As commonly reported, I've got her oiled up from yesterday. Nice rails for the slide to come on. I'll talk about that. I've got some interesting observations. Guide rod and spring assembly. Pull out the barrel. Very similar to the Glock. Almost identical. Okay. This just fits right in there like so. You line it up. Make sure your trigger's forward. The way this, imagine a fine precision instrument with a long rail. It's, instead of how the Glock has 4 smaller pieces, this, we always say more purchase, but it feels like a machined piece of metal going on perfectly. I don't know how else to explain it. The slide, the coating of this, the way it goes together, feels like it has more leverage. There's more connectivity between the frame and the slide, and you actually feel it. And it feels for a more positive experience, without sounding corny. While I was at the range yesterday, I was noticing a failure to lock back on last round. And it was concerning. I thought it was something to do with my break-in.
Test shooting.
But I
A lot of
realized
this ammo right
it was
here.
actually
We
my
have good
shooting,
confidence
my
I know
grip.
what works.
Look.
We got a little
I'm
hole
used to
point.
like really touching and putting a lot of positive pressure on it. But look at my finger. Look at my finger rests on as I'm doing that.
First magazine.
It rests on the flight stop. So as this was coming back to lock open and getting ready to spring up, I'm sitting here holding it down. So it's kind of weird. Like I'm holding it down to keep it from coming up. So you do have to adjust your grip. And I will do that next time. I'm going to try to go under. And that should do the job. I got to modify my grip. In my case, for my hands, I'm used to layering in and kind of getting up here on the rail. But my thumb goes squarely on this. Let's see if I can get around that. Okay. If I put in my longer mag, that allows me to get more purchase. I think I can compensate down a little bit. Alright, I'm going to have to play with it, modify my grip. If not, I just won't lock my slide back, and big deal. Count my rounds anyway, and not really rely on it. It's not the end of the world. Okay, on the customizable front, we talked about it. No front rail for accessory mounting. That's okay. It's a single stack 9. It's for deep concealed carry or a backup weapon. Now, believe it or not, some guys carry this as a primary. Well, hey, you know, who's to judge? If you want to carry it as your primary, and you want to go 8+1 or 7+1, go for it. On the customizable front, many companies out there with PPS M2 in the product lines. Some even have ready to ship and quick ship. I know Green Force Tactical does. They call it their ready to ship line. All right, here's what I think about the magazines. There's a company called Mec-Gar, MEC-GAR magazines. They are made in Italy. They put the stamps of OEM manufacturers on here. In this case, you can see these say Walther PPS M series caliber 9mm. They use a one-piece design, which is nice. If you know about 1911s, you'll always see a weld mark here or a TIG mark. I believe these are one-piece. If they are two-piece, then this is extremely well blended in. Okay? It's basically your 1911 style body made in Italy, right there, with kind of a plastic base plate. All right. I'll try to drop in some pictures, but here's the deal. Mec-Gar makes Beretta, CZ, Walthers, 1911, SIGs, high power. They are the OEM manufacturer for a lot of these type of companies that would rather spend time developing their firearm versus getting into the mag business. Mec-Gar makes a lot of the mags for European gun makers as well. They have their own style, their own factories, their own state-of-the-art facilities. They claim that they are precision, robotics allow them to be very good. They put all kinds of different coatings. This one, the whiz bang on these is, I believe this is an anti-friction coating or a black oxide. The metal is an ASAI 1010 carbon steel. Their followers are injected plastic with smooth travel, high tensile strength wire springs inside. So they're not cheap. It's just, if you're a Glock guy, we don't think that way. You get a Glock magazine and you call it a day and you roll. If you're a 1911 guy, you're into the followers, and there's different manufacturers. You know, there's kind of like your low end, your medium end, and your high end of magazines. I don't have these options for the Walther. It looks like we are Mec-Gar, and from a comfort perspective, a lot of guys swear by these things. As with anything, nothing is 100%. You'll have guys that have issues, but more often than not, this brand is a good reputation. They do have a anti-corrosion, coating on there that, according to their website, handled over 180 hours of some military salt spray testing. So if you like that kind of things, or makes you feel better, that kind of durability test, Mec-Gar puts their product through, is a little more reassuring. I think overall they're priced decently. They make them for 200 models. You're sure to find something that will fit your gun, that probably will work should you be in the market for some of your other pistols, as mentioned earlier. They do make over 100 million of these produced to date. So Walther, of course, is using these. We shot all of this. The Walther ate it up. All right, guys, at the end, I'm very pleased. I think it's a positive investment. There's no problem here if you're looking at a 9mm, or if you're new to concealed carry, things like that. I think it's light enough. It's got a smooth trigger pull for striker fire. The PPS M2 is my new pocket pistol. The thinness of it, lightweight, comforting. The accuracy, the way it handles, very nice. Walther did a great job here. The ergonomics are great. The thumb release on the mag is perfect. Handling and reliability in the field seems very good. The different magazines options are nice and customizable. So for the average person that's getting into shooting, especially if you're, want something smaller, or if your first time, I think this PPS M2 is a great starting point for you to look at as you go test these guys out at the range and ultimately make your purchase decision. Just want to say thanks a lot. Please give me some comments. Let me know how it's working out for you. Let me know, your feedback, and have a good one. Jay Stevens, signing out.